Hi guys, this is Dr. Wasim from Dental Living.
Hi everyone.
I'm just going to ask Wasim to introduce himself and then ask a few questions about aligner alchemy.
Cool. I'm Wasim Fazal. I'm the principal practitioner at Dental Living and have been involved with Invisalign for over 12 years, since 2007.
Brilliant. So you've seen the company really change.
I have indeed.
So prior to starting with aligner alchemy,
Yeah.
what were the biggest challenges you had with Invisalign marketing?
Well, look, as a practice, we are in a very competitive environment. A lot of my colleagues and fellow dentists in the local area are all doing Invisalign. Invisalign is a very popular brand. So when we advertise or we try and market for Invisalign patients, there are many other people who are also doing Invisalign. So the challenge was that having invested so much into it at Invisalign through training and iTero and previous programs like Invisinet, I wanted to increase our numbers that we do within the practice.
Brilliant. And what were you skeptical or cynical prior to starting with us?
I'm a dentist. I'm always skeptical. Well, no, you see, the thing is, I've tried other marketing ways. I mean, I've sat there, paid various people for, I don't know, social media platforms moving up, up to number one, and they use all these technical terms which I, don't really get, but they said, yeah, we'll get you this, and nothing really worked. So, to be honest, I was extremely skeptical, if I'm being honest.
So what kind of success have you had so far with aligner alchemy?
So the first thing is, I have to say, we got a lot of leads, and getting that many number of leads. In fact, I'm happy to tell you, we got over 80 leads in just under 2 months. Of those, we had a 50% conversion when we phoned them up to come into the practice. And then of those that turned up to the practice, 70% went ahead with treatment. So realistically, you're looking at 30 out of 80 went ahead with Invisalign treatment. Now bear in mind, I was only doing 5 to 6 cases a month, which equates to about 10. I'm suddenly doing 30. So very happy, extremely happy.
So very often we hear people saying, well, what are high quality leads? Do they convert? Can they afford it? There are lots of concerns people have. So what's your advice for someone looking to invest in their business and they just have a few concerns or questions about how this works in real terms?
So look, I have a very different view of looking at the way the leads are. I mean, you will get promised a certain number of leads. Number one, from what I've seen, they always give a little bit more than they promise anyway. But don't focus on the leads that don't go ahead. Look at the overall picture, because I promise you 80 to 90% of those leads will be good quality. They've been through the process, they've answered questions, they'll want to go for it, believe me. So you might get one or two that are dud leads, but then you know what, in the overall grand scheme of things, you should be getting over 50-60%, and then of those you'll be, as long as your in-house training is good, 80% will go ahead with treatment. Remember, however good any marketing is, any lead generation, we can only bring a lead into the practice. After that, it is down to yourself to convert it. So in-house training for yourselves.
Brilliant. So lastly, for someone who's thinking about going ahead, what was the biggest value that aligner alchemy brought in terms of the sales training and the lead generation?
So I think the lead generation, as I said, the numbers speak for themselves, so I don't need to add any more to that. So there's a very obvious what they brought in. But
let me put it back. How much financially does that mean to you? So do you charge 3,000 or 3.5 per case?
So let's put it in very, very simple terms. We have 30 cases going ahead in a 2-month period. So that's 30. We charge an average of 3,000 per case. That's 90,000 pounds, and I spent £4,500 a month, so that's £9,000, and so that's 10 times rate of return.
Brilliant. And in what way did the sales training impact the team and yourself?
I think that was you got to go. It's got to go hand in hand because Bav came in, talked to the whole team. We did some training with the TCO. Perhaps we established that we had a weakness closing the sales previously. Bav came in. He ensured that that's done. So you've got to really invest in the training as well, because there's no point doing it without the training as well.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.